Welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Talisman of Death. Let's continue the game. Okay, at the end of the last part, I was on paragraph 189. Let's read it again to re-familiarise myself with it. Okay, excellent, enthuses Moreau. They climb the ladder and draw it up behind them. With a clang, the bars of the cage slide into the ground. The beast comes towards you, intent on making you its next meal. You must fight the vivisect. The sages produce wax tablets and begin to take notes. Vivisect, skill 8, stamina 12. You may appeal for help at any time. If you do, remember this reference number and turn to 158. If you do not appeal and win, turn to 176. Okay, vivisect 812. Okay, so skill 8, my skill is 12. Okay, so we're rolling for him first, off we go. Okay, 7 plus 8 is 15. I get 12 plus 5 is 17, so 15 to 17. Where am I? There we are. 15. Whoops, wrong one. Whoops. To 17. That means he loses 2 stamina points. Okay, next. 13 to 19. Yeah, 13 to 19. That means I win again. Okay, next. 16 to 18. He's down to 6. 12 to 15. Um, 16 to 20. So one more hit, I hope. 15 to 23. Good. There we go. And the vivisect is dead. Get rid of the buzzing. Right, so if you do not appeal and win, turn to 176. Let's do that. The vile monstrosity sinks to the ground, squelching in a pool of blood and green ichor. The stench of its spilled entrails is nauseating. The sages are woebegone at the death of their creation, but they help you out of the pit. "I'm sorry," says Moreau. "My spell did not work. What a shame you had to kill her." You shake your head at their madness and ask for your gold. Polonius dives his hands into various pockets and folds of his robes, a look of consternation crossing his features. He is about to make some excuse when he sees your growing anger. Eventually, he offers you a magic scroll as payment instead. It contains a spell of agonizing doom, which you can use once only. You accept, take your leave, and head for the house of the sage. Turn to 273. Okay, so we have a spell of agonizing doom. Let's put that in our equipment. Spell of agonizing doom. One use only. There we are. A little bit vague, that name of that spell. Well, conjures up sort of a vague sort of description of what it might do. Not really precise. Anyway, 273. Oh, there we are. You come to the door of the sage's house and knock. After a few moments, A manservant opens the door. You explain that you have come to see the sage. The manservant asks you for the token. Do you have the token? If you do, turn to 6. If not, turn to 131. Yeah, we have the Jade Rose, don't we? That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. We do, so we turn to 6. Mr. Manservant. The servant says, "Ah, yes, you are expected. Please come in." You follow him into the parlour. The dining table is laid for 3. Apothecus rises to greet you and introduce you to his friend, Diodorus, a sage who is an expert on travel between the planes of existence. He tells you that there are portals or gates allowing travel between Orb and other worlds. He suspects that you may have been brought from Earth to Orb by means of such a portal. When you recover the talisman, he says, you must leave Greyguild and walk southeast until you come to the Great Plateau. Mount Starreach, the tallest mountain on the plateau, has at its summit one of these portals, through which you must pass if you wish to return to Earth. And now to more immediate matters, says Apothecus. You can leave the city by the postern gate in the cemetery. If you get into serious trouble, you may be able to call on the All-Mother for aid. To do so, cry, "All-Mother, nature herself, preserve me." Okay, let's write that down in information. Start a new line. All-Mother, what was it? All-Mother, nature herself, preserve me. Right, okay. Put the hyphen in, that's important. All-Mother, nature herself, preserve me. There we go. Was that it? Yeah, good. He makes you repeat the words and you commit them to memory. Note them on your adventure sheet. He explains that the All-Mother is the fountain of all life, the fountain of all life, the opposite of death. Yeah, I was half reading the word death when I said life, so I said life instead. She may be prepared to help you, but only once, at the time of your greatest need. However, remember this, no deity can intervene in another's temple. You thank them both and turn in early after the sumptuous meal of peacock basted in spirits of Ra and other exotic dishes. You wake up refreshed. Gain 4 stamina points. Is that necessary? No. You bid Apothecus farewell, thanking him for all his help and hoping that you won't let him down. You set out to find the Thieves Guild, turn to 64. As you set off, you see a small group of people clustered around a man wearing a flowing grey cloak and one dangling gold earring. He is making huge bunches of flower and I can't speak today. He is making huge bunches of flowers appear and disappear to cries of delight and amusement from the crowd. Will you try to find a way into the Thieves Guild, turn to 83, try to regain the talisman on your own, turn to 383, or stay and watch the magic, turn to 106? Going to try to find a way into the Thieves Guild, turn to 83. Have you been told about the storm drain? If you have, turn to 183. If not, turn to 149. Okay, we have not been told about the storm drain, otherwise it would be in my information here, which it is not. I only know about Hornbeam Road Coal Hole, whatever that is, can't remember, and All-Mother thing we just found. Anyway, so so turn to 149. Here we are. You turn left down Horn... Is that an M or an N? I still don't know. I think that's an N. You turn left down Hornbeam Road. It doesn't sound right though. It does not look like an M. To be fair, it doesn't look like an N either, to be honest. Although there's a from at the bottom right there, and that looks very similar to the quote-unquote R and N that I see in Hornby. I think that is Hornbeam, you know. I think I was being stupid last time. It's difficult to see, though, so I'll rewrite this as Hornbeam Road, and I'll say Hornbeam from now on. Yeah, M. Hornbeam. Right. Let's read this again. You turn left down Hornbeam Road, looking for the coal hole. You see what looks like a coal cellar at the back of a dilapidated warehouse. You duck into it and find a small crawlway hidden on the other side of the pile of coal. You crawl down a chute and out into a small passageway that winds for some distance beneath the city. You come to a door and push it open. You step into a magnificently furnished room. Evidently, the Thieves' Guild lacks nothing. A group of men is waiting for you, lounging on sofas. Some of them you recognise from the Red Dragon Inn, in particular the one with the scar running from ear to chin. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I found out how to pronounce Slavers. It's actually Slavers, not Slavers. I didn't know at the last video. I looked it up, and it's Slavers. Anyway, turn to 209. Here we go. Scarface, that's a nice name. Scarface looks you up and down for a moment. Then he says, "Right, I'll get the Guildmaster. We'll see what he has to say." There is an uneasy silence before he returns with another man. Scarface says, "This is Vagrant, Guildmaster of Thieves." Vagrant is a handsome middle-aged man wearing an ermine jacket. Twirling his moustache, he asks you the purpose of your visit. What will you say? You need help to steal something. Turn to 315. You want to steal the Talisman of Death. Turn to 276. You will lead them to a hoard of priceless jewellery. Turn to 291. Okay, we're going to say that we want to steal the Talisman of Death. Turn to 276. And there's a picture of Vagrant. There he is. I don't know why, but he looks like he should be Australian. Anyway, 276, Talisman of Death thing. There is a hushed silence broken by Vagrant. "That is indeed beyond price." He suddenly barks out an order. "We'll mount an expedition before they move the Talisman. It is market day, a good time. Scarface, Jemmy the Rat, Bloodheart, and young Lord Min, you will accompany our friend here." Some hours later, when they have finished their preparations, you set off. As you leave, you see a piece of graffiti scrawled in blood on a wall. "There is no honour among thieves." You resolve to be on your guard. Turn to 241. Very strange how they're so eager to help us. Or willing, I should say. Here we are. Scarface leads you through a maze of back alleys into a building that Jemmy the Rat tells you is a safe house. You climb onto the roof and continue running across the rooftops of the city. Soon you are on top of a tall house just below the top of the temple to Fel Kyrinla. Bloodheart, a hulking, silent fellow, takes a rope and grappling hook from his shoulder. He effortlessly throws it around the top of one of the temple columns. He secures his end to a chimney stack and walks across on the tight rope he has created. You all manage to cross hand over hand and join him in the temple eaves. Jemmy the Rat, a wiry man with fingers like spiders' legs, finds a skylight and, true to his name, prizes off the bars and picks the lock. Reaching inside, he disarms a trap containing a poisoned dart. You marvel at his nimble-fingered skill. They lower a rope and you all drop down to the top of a staircase. You catch sight of an old serving man passing a doorway on the landing. The others have not noticed him. Will you silence him in case he has seen you? Turn to 217. Or ignore him, hoping he didn't see you? Turn to 228. Okay, we're going to silence him. Turn to 217. Hope I come to that paragraph. Paragraph to which that picture applies. You creep up behind the old man as he shuffles along the corridor. Will you use the pommel of your sword and try to knock him out? Turn to 206. Or strike him down with your sword? Turn to 194. Let's not kill him, let's just knock him out. Turn to 206. You strike the old temple servant across the back of his neck with the pommel of your sword. He collapses soundlessly. You go to tie him up. Good work, says Lord Min, a small, agile young man. Now I'll finish it. He steps forward with his dagger, meaning to slit the old man's throat. Will you stop him, turn to 251, or let him kill the old man, turn to 239? Okay, we're going to have to be nasty here, because we're actually going to let him kill the old man, turn to 239, I'm afraid. So, a bit nasty, but that's the way it is. It's the best thing to do here. The old man gurgles softly and dies. I hate that word gurgle in that situation. Lord Min grins wolfishly. Lose 1 luck point for your callous action. I didn't do it. You hurry on down the stairs which lead to a set of double doors. A guard is on duty, but she is overwhelmed before she can make a sound. Inside the inner sanctum of the temple, a tall raven-haired woman is praying at the altar upon which lies the Talisman of Death. She appears to be talking to her goddess, Fel Kyrinla. Beyond the altar is a large marble statue of the goddess wearing chainmail, her expression arrogant and cruelly beautiful. The tall woman rises and turns towards you. Hounds of hell, it's Horkana, the high priestess, breathes Jemmy the rat. I'm off. You look around to see the thieves have disappeared. Below you can try to follow. Still can't read today. Before you can try to follow. It's because the words are really blurry and pixelated here. Well, not that much, but more than usual in the other PDFs I have of these books. Before you can try to follow, Horkana casts a spell and the doors fly shut. 10 to 222. No honour among thieves, indeed. And I do get to see this picture. Excellent. How dare you desecrate the temple? How dare you interrupt me when I'm speaking with the goddess? She says softly, white with rage. I dedicate your soul to the goddess. She drives her fist into the air and chops it downwards. A pillar of flame descends from the vaulted roof. Roll 1 die. If you score 1 to 4, turn to 105. If you score a 5 or a 6, turn to 132. Okay, there's a picture of it. There she is. Okay. Okay, so let's roll 1 die. And we get a 2. So that means we score 1 to 4 because we have got a 2 and we turn to 105. What's this do? You jump aside at the last moment but are still caught by the heat of the blast. Lose 3 stamina points. Puts us down to 21. So I'm looking at that ring. We still, in case we're not using something we need to use. I don't need the ring or use it yet, do I? Or I don't think I will use it, to be honest. Anyway, lose 3 stamina points. If you're still alive, you may wish to use one of the following if you have any of them. A vial of vapours of speed, turn to 76. An amulet made from the horn of a unicorn, turn to 87. A scroll of agonizing doom, turn to 59. Or none of these things, turn to 50. We are going to use the Scroll of Agonizing Doom, turn to 59. That's why we have it. So I'll just say used. Oops. Okay. Yeah, it was 59, wasn't it? Nearly forgot the paragraph. After that display of power, you hurriedly use your Scroll of Agonizing Doom. Horkana draws her sword and advances on you, snarling with tigerish ferocity. But the spell works and a crackling electric blue aura surrounds her. She throws back her head and howls with agony. She is very badly hurt and staggers, but then exerts her will and recovers. You must fight the High Priestess. Horkana, skill 12, stamina 6. If you win, turn to 44. Okay. Horkana. Skill 12, stamina 6. Okay, my skill is still 12, so we're equally matched, but the odds are in favour of me, but not after losing a fair amount of health, unfortunately. Anyway, let's do this. So 12 plus 7 is 19. We both get 19, so neither of us hurts one another. Let's try that again. 2, that's 14. I get 16. Whoops. 14 to 16, wasn't it? Puts her down to 4. 19 to 17. Oh dear. Got hurt. So she hurts me. Whoops. So it must be down to 19. 15 to 16. Good. Okay, last of all, hopefully. 17 to 18. That's close. Blimey, good. 17 to 18. That means she's dead. Good. Right, let's get rid of the buzzing. There we are. And that's that. Yeah, what am I doing? 44, because we won. Whoops, I want. Horkana collapses to the floor, lifeless. You walk to the altar and take the Talisman of Death. It is cold and heavy. At last you have regained it. Gain 1 luck point. Good. So, just put... recovered. Can't seem to type today. Bit of an awkward word to type that, recovered. Okay, and we gain a luck point, so back to 10. Good. We're also going to drink the Potion of Fortune. No, scrap that, we're not. I apologise for saying that, we're not going to drink it yet. But I thought that we could get out, because it gets our initial luck up, but I'll use a bit of luck first, then use it, I think. Okay, what are we doing? You look back at Horkana and your scalp crawls. Her wounds are healing. Even as you watch, she tries to raise herself from the pool of blood in which she lies. Would you go back to Horkana, 10 to 54, or run to the double doors, 10 to 31? Okay, we're going to go back to Horkana and turn to 54. You notice that a ring on Horkana's finger is glowing with a green light as her wounds close up. Quickly you take it off before she comes fully back to life. You place it on your own finger. It is a ring of regeneration. Regain 6 stamina points. Oh, brilliant. Puts you back up to maximum. And I have Ring of Regeneration. Would you now try to leave through the double doors, turn to 16, or search the inner sanctum, turn to 137? We're going to leave through the double doors. Don't want to push our luck here. So 16. Yep. 16. Nearly there. There we are. The doors open easily. It seems the magic has faded now that Horkana is truly dead. The thieves have been spying on you through the keyhole. Scarface says, "The door was locked and we couldn't get in." He leads the way back up to the skylight. If you still have Horkana's ring, you feel it grow cold and see that it has tarnished to a dull grey metal. Its magic only works within the inner sanctum. Suddenly the alarm bell tolls loudly. Only works in inner sanctum. I'll just put that. There we go. And then we'll start a new line. Okay. Suddenly the alarm bell tolls loudly. As you reach the top landing, a group of warrior women appears on the stairs behind you in hot pursuit. You all run for the rope hanging from the skylight. As you reach it, you sense a movement at your side and dodge the murderous thrust of Bloodheart's dagger just in time. Before he can strike again, the warrior women let loose a volley of crossbow bolts. Blimey, lovely people. Bloodheart's body is peppered with quarrels. What? Bloodheart is peppered with quarrels, whatever that is, shielding you as you climb the rope. Leaving the stricken Bloodheart to his fate, the remaining thieves jump agilely from the temple roof to the roof of a nearby house. You will have to jump too. Roll 2 dice. If the total is less than or equal to your skill score, turn to 163. If it is greater than your skill score, turn to 56. Okay. So our skill is 12, so we need this to be less than or equal to 12, which is guaranteed. So it's just a formality. There we go. So we've got 4, which is less than or equal to 12. Because our skill is 12. 163 we go then. You land safely next to the thieves. Scarface looks surprised to see you. Bloodheart, he inquires. Failed, you treacherous dogs, you reply, brandishing your sword. Jemmy the rat turns tail and flees across the rooftops. Lord Min looks at Scarface and shrugs. I'm not fighting the killer of Orkana, he says. They swing under the eaves and climb the spiders to an open window. Not wishing to attempt this climb, you make your way back to the safe house across the rooftops and climb down to the street, where you stop to regain your breath before leaving the city. Turn to 235. As you catch your breath, 3 shadows appear on the road before you. Looking up, you see Chuchev and Cassandra, with a hideous squid-like creature hovering in the air between them. One of the squid's tentacles is curled loosely around Cassandra's waist. We meet again, says Chuchev. Young Lord Min tells me you have been successful. Congratulations, you have done us a favour. Now you will be glad your peril is over. We are taking the talisman. Grimly, you draw your sword. I see, says Chuchev. Then let me introduce Thorm. He continues, gesturing towards the squid-like monster. Its form dissolves and becomes the man with the gold earring and flowing grey robes you saw producing flowers out of the air for the crowds. He is a master of illusion. At that moment, a huge and ugly troll appears from within the safe house. Here is Harg, says Thorm. Harg raises a huge hammer ready to strike you. Is he real or is he one of Thorm's illusions? If you attack the troll, turn to 45. If you allow his hammer to strike you, turn to 141. Oh, he looks evil, doesn't he? We're going to allow his hammer to strike you. He is an illusionist after all, and there he is. So we're going to 141. Here we are. Harg disappears before the hammer lands. Very good, says Thorm. Now what about this? Turn to 171. Oh, here we are. While Chuchev draws his sword, Thorm points at you. From his finger, a ball of multicolored fire flies. Right. From his finger, a ball of multicolored fire flies towards you. I was thinking it would be fireflies. Would you try to avoid the fireball by running at Chuchev, turn to 244, or hold your ground, turn to 225? And we're going to run at Chuchev and turn to 244. The fireball bursts behind you, but a burning pain sears your back and you smell charred cloth. Lose 3 stamina points. Down to 21 again. If you are still alive, you press home your attack on Chuchev. Turn to 265. Here we go. Chuchev's bastard sword, almost as long as you, hums through the air as he parries your first attack with the agility of a cat. What does bastard sword mean? Was the sword's mother born out of wedlock, or is it just bastard as in as a bastard car, like it's really bad or something? I don't know. I don't know. Almost as long as you, hums through the air as he parries your first attack with the agility of a cat. The black cloak he wears makes it difficult for you to tell exactly where he is. Cassandra and Thorm, looking confident, stand back to watch. You fight Chuchev. Chuchev, skill 10, stamina 12. After your first successful attack on him, turn to 301. Okay, so 10 and 12, Chuchev. Here we go. Chuchev. I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. 10 and 12. Is that how we spell his name? Yep, Chuchev. Right. Just need to get one hit on him. So roll for him first. Great. 12 plus 10 is 22. 22 to 17. Brilliant. Oops. Alright, he hurts me. Not a good start there, so I'm down to 19 again. Never been lower than 19. Okay, let's do it again. 7, that's 17. I get 7, that's 19. So 17 to 19. That means I win. That puts him down to 10. But we only need to win one attack round, don't we? So let's do that. Turn to 301 after your first successful attack on him. 301, here we go. That's a nice piece of artwork. As soon as you wound Chuchev, you notice Thorm gesturing. Chuchev becomes invisible. As you start back in surprise, Cassandra is upon you, her sword darting at you. Chuchev reappears behind you, raising his sword to strike, and Thorm is gesturing again. You feel threatened from all sides, and you are hard pressed to defend yourself. Do you wish to call upon a god for aid? Turn to 330. Or do you think you can triumph for the skill of your own hand? Turn to 292. Okay, we're going to call upon a god for aid, 330. On which god will you call? Avatar the One, turn to 347. Life Spirit, turn to 284. Rocheval, god of the Paladins, turn to 361. The All Mother, turn to 248. Or Fate, turn to 389. We're going to choose the All Mother, because we have that one, don't we? All Mother Nature herself, preserve me. I'm going to turn to 248. Here we go. You are swept up in the talons of a great white eagle. Your assailants are soon specks below you on the street. Rising high above the rooftops, you look to the southeast and see far away a mountain on top of a large plateau. A voice speaks in your head, the voice of the All-Mother. That is Mount Starreach, your goal. At its summit lies the portal that will take you back to your own world. For a moment it seems the eagle will bear you to the mountain, but the talisman seems to weigh like a ball of lead around your neck, and the eagle is forced to land in a deserted alley of Store Street. Before you can thank it, it takes to the air again and is soon soaring far above the city. Are you wearing magical chainmail? If you are, turn to 375. If not, turn to 258. And there's the eagle itself. There he is. Okay, we're not wearing magical chainmail, so 258 we go. Store Street is an extension of Moorgate. Will you hurry down Store Street to the end of Moorgate, turn to 237, or, if you had dinner with a sage, ask the way to the cemetery, turn to 261. So we had dinner with the sage, didn't we? So ask the way to the cemetery, 261. You stop a passing student who directs you to the cemetery. You run down Paul Bearer's Row, anxious to escape from the city. As you approach the cemetery, an ox cart, returning from the market, loses a wheel and overturns, almost blocking the road. You run for the gap between it and the cemetery wall, but it is blocked by a man with a shaven head. He wears baggy scarlet trousers which end just below the knee, and a loose scarlet jacket tied with a black cotton belt. On his forehead is a tattoo of a scarlet praying mantis. He doesn't seem inclined to let you pass. Will you ask him politely to let you through, 10 to 238, tell him to get out of your way, 10 to 211, or attack him, 10 to 288? And there he is. And that's the end of the video, so we'll find out what we're doing in the next part. So thank you very much for watching. Next video will be deciding what we're doing on paragraph 261. Write this here just in case I forget it. Done. Let's close that. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And the next video will have the continuation of this game. Anyways, thanks for watching and goodbye.